All right, guys, we're back. We're here to do Married at First Sight. Season 16, the end. We made it to the end of Nashville. I actually, looking at it, I don't think that the extra episodes added really any value, for me. And I was hoping that Shaquille and Kirsten would get out of their heads and actually, decide that their marriage, was worth fighting for. And I just feel sorry for them. I mean, they are it's, I've already talked about this, and I really don't have anything new, to add. It's just tragic. Just watching them this entire season was like watching a train wreck happen in front of your face. And it's sad because Shakir walk around thinking he's being intelligent. What was it he said on the I think he said it to the guys that when he got back from shooting the reunion, he actually, went out in Austin. And I'm gonna tell you, Austin is not that big. Austin itself, downtown, is basically 6th Street. And that's going to get old real quick, Shaquille. There's not that much to do. And for me, because I lived in Texas for 10 years, the best places to be is either Austin, San Antonio, or Houston. You got the Dallas people. There's just nothing in Dallas. It's urban sprawl. I mean, San Antonio has turned into sprawl, as well. But it's still a lot more to do there than it is to do in Austin. And it's 1,000 times more stuff to do in Houston than it is in San Antonio or Austin. So, whatever, Shaquille. I'm not impressed. I actually think that I actually, I think that he makes rash decisions, and for him to leave Nashville and just jump up and go to Texas for the stupid job, because the title doesn't even, it just doesn't. Like Kirsten said, that's a long title, and when you have titles that long, it really doesn't mean anything. And it doesn't mean anything when you're standing in front of the Lord. So she's all about trying to get that gold jacket or the pink Cadillac or whatever it is, that they do when you're a high seller in real estate. And he's all about being Dr. Dillon and doing, his whole academic, thing. None of that is going to mean anything when it's time to stand in front of the Lord. And this is how stupid both of them are. If they were focused on better things, then they would actually have been able to see each other. And when I was looking, at it, especially like at the reunion, when she finally coughed up some tears, child, we finally got a tear out of her. My goodness, how long did that take? But one of the things that came up, for me is it's like when you have what is it? Okay, a clot. So you can have clots in different places, in your body, and they call them different things. So like if you have a clot in your heart, it's called a myocardial infarction. And if you have it in your brain, then they call it a stroke. And if you have it like in the lower parts of your leg, they call it deep vein thrombosis. But all of them mean the same thing. It is a clot. It's something that has formed in your blood vessel that prevents blood flow from being able to happen. And when that occurs, it causes it causes your body to go into distress, and it can kill you. So what I see with Christians like Kirsten and Shaq especially Christians that get in these organizations, what they call the Divine Nine. It is blasphemous for them to call that mess the Divine Nine. I mean, if you're going to do something, why don't you have African symbolism? Wouldn't agree with it even if it was African or Greek, but you're taking some mess that you done got from white people, and now you run around proud to be a part of something that has nothing to do with your culture. It has nothing to do with anything. But these organizations, and I'm going to go back to the clock, example that I'm trying to give. These organizations have killed people. I ain't just talking about their spirit. They killed their spirit and their bodies because they were hazing them to get into an organization that ultimately means absolutely nothing. So when you associate yourself with this kind of stuff, this is the energy that comes to you. And it causes a separation. It causes the Holy Spirit to not be able to give you the maximum benefits that the Lord has left down here, for us. Because you've given yourself over, to Delta or to AKA or to Alpha Kappa Alpha. Alpha, what is it? A Phi A, Alpha Phi Alpha, whatever it is, the Shaq, is in. And you can't have dual loyalties. So he walks around with this shirt like Devon Franklin. Oh, God blessed. God chosen. God this. God that. But Devon Franklin's in Hollywood. So that's a clot. He's not able to hear the Lord because he's given himself over to something that prevents him from being able to maximize his relationship spiritually. And he's running around talking about, the woman was brought here perfect. And, it was the man that was there. Just craziness. And I'm so thankful that they did not pick him to be the next relationship, expert. Praise the Lord. Because, I don't think I'd be able to sit and listen to him. But the clock example is just something that just kind of jumped up, at me when I was listening to the reunion and the Where Are They Now, episode. And Kirsten has finally convinced me that she cares about Shaq. And if you look at that last video where I said goodbye Nashville, she even surprised herself because she said that she actually, ended up caring about Shaquille more than she actually thought that she did. Tragic. So let me go through these videos and do this commentary so I can just move on, child, with my life. All right. So where are we? I got to get into my other account. So I'm going to start with the reunion. I'm going down. Overall, I just saw regret. I don't see Gina as being happy. I think the happiest people are Nicole and Jasmine. And I actually am going to say that they won. It's a tie. I was trying to figure out, which one of them I was going to say won. But I think it's a tie between Nicole and Jasmine that actually got the most out of the season. And I am happy for both of these women. And I'm hopping around all over the place. But in that Where Are They Now episode, Nicole was talking about all the hate that she got from people online. And I identify with Nicole because the same kind of conversation that people had to say about her is the same thing that I get from the black community about me. So there's a sickness. There's a mental sickness in the black community. And I've been in it for 53 years. I had a birthday on Saturday. So, yeah. And it's just, black people are sick in the head. And you walk around and you think that you know what you're talking about, and you think that you understand something about life, and you're stupid. You guys sound so stupid. And I have problems with a lot of cultures that I see, but I'm going to stand up and say the sickness that is in the black community, men and women. And you've allowed white supremacy to infect your brains the same way that theirs are infected. And it's just sad. I see it walking around here in San Francisco. I see it listening to YouTube, videos. Just, I don't even know what else to say, about it. So, reunion. I don't know what Aries has got going on. I didn't like him being pushed up on Jasmine. I liked it when I looked at the Where Are They Now. It seems like they've got a lot more distance between each other. I didn't see them all pushed up, on each other. It just, was just two people like Dom and Matt. So I hope that Jasmine is able to completely sever herself away from Eris. And Eris doesn't seem happy to me. He was thirsty to get back out in the street, and now he in the street. Maybe now he's starting to realize there's nothing out there. The streets are nice for a holiday. Okay, let's go and have a girl's day out or a guy's night out or whatever. But to be in them jokers all the time, that's retarded. And he's 40. Eris is 40 years old. So I actually think that he was born about I still consider him like somewhere between millennial and Generation X. And those men are screwed up. I know this guy here in San Francisco. He's white. And, I've known him almost, since I got here. By the time I met him, I maybe had been here, a couple of years. And I got here in '09. So I've known this man for a long time. And for some reason, I know the culture that we live in, people think that they know something about you when they actually really don't. They don't know as much as they think that they do. So he has this opinion about me. He reminds me of my brother. And I've told him this. And like I told you guys, my brother got something in his head about who he thinks I am as a human being. And he doesn't like me. And the same thing, with this guy. He thinks that he knows something about me. And he's figured out, okay, yeah, she's this, that, and the third. And I actually love him as a human being. Like I love my brother. I love my brother as my brother, and I love him, as a human being. But that's not good enough. It's not good enough for my brother. It's not good enough, for this guy. And it's heartbreaking because you're denying yourself an opportunity to have love in your life. And you're doing it based on the stupid ideas that are that you've cooked up in your head. And I think about Kirsten, when I'm talking about this too. Like in that last scene with her and Shaquille, and I have it labeled, this missed opportunity is because of the stupid stuff, that we've been taught. She thinks she's protecting herself. And she has this Like he said, he calls it her walls. He says your walls are up. Those walls are not protecting her from anything. She's destroyed her marriage because she couldn't get out of her own way and accept her husband that she signed up for to marry sight unseen until they got to the altar. And now she done blew up her marriage. Oh, well, maybe the dress I'm going to wear tonight, my husband want me back. Girl, I am not doing this with you, Kirsten. I am not. And the same thing with the men. Shaq is being just as stupid as she is now. So she started out stupid, and now they both stupid. Now she in love with him, and he's moved on. He left the reunion and went out in Austin looking for what? What is it that you're looking for, Shaq? That you don't have in your wife? You nutty MFer. So I didn't like the fact that Jasmine and Aries had on wedding rings when they were sitting down on the couch at the reunion. Married at first sight. Y'all need to stop it. Damn. I love Nicole and Chris. I'm really happy that they are still doing that try with each other. Chris has got something going on, and I'm glad he's not taking it out on Nicole. He's fatter at the Where Are They Now episode than he was during the whole season. And I don't know what was going on with him wearing that small shirt. And then we are able to see, this ring of fat that he got, on his waistline. But Nicole is all the way here for it. And I hope that he's able to balance himself. He's got something going on. I think he's prioritizing work over his physical health, and he needs to do an evaluation. And as as thick as Nicole is, she's all about it. She's healthy and she's happy, and I love her. I love her. Okay, so the women, they were talking, and I understand where Gina is still coming from with Clint, and he really pisses me off because now he's trying to convince us that he's in love with his woman. I mean, you were married to a woman that you didn't even allow yourself to fall in love with. But now I'm supposed to believe that you'd have met this random person, and now y'all throwing around love words, to each other. You making more of an effort with her than you did your own damn wife on national television. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not impressed with the conversation that the men have, with each other. I didn't like it on the Where Are They Now episode, and I didn't like it when they were talking, on the reunion. I did appreciate Dr. Pepper and Cal and Dr. Pia and their conversation, and I love that Pia wanted to really question Shaq. She wanted to kind of peel back, some layers, because Shaq is really good, and I'm good at this, as well. That's why I'm able, to recognize it in him. He's really good at giving surface answers that he thinks are enough. That he thinks are enough to get him, through the conversation. Because I like when Kirsten was saying to him that if you're going to do this, then be serious, because I'm nothing, to be played with. And with all the talk that he does, his actions don't have that same level of energy. Because Kirsten said that after the reunion, he basically hasn't done anything to show her, that he's interested, in trying to bring them, back together. So I don't trust Shaq and his language, and I don't trust Kirsten and hers. When you introduce lies and subterfuge, you're going to get a negative, it's a negative. You're not going to get a positive out of lying to people. Y'all knew that y'all was having sex. You knew that your relationship, was something. But you're giving us the impression of everybody around you. And I love that Jasmine got in her face and was like, girl, I sat there and had a whole heart-to-heart conversation with you, and you looked me in my face, and you still weren't able, to be honest, with me. And that's something that Kirsten's going to have to work on. You can't do that and then think that you're going to get something positive, out of it. And then with Clint, oh, well, you have to ask Gina, what our possibilities, are for us to get back together. Oh, but I'm dating somebody. See, I break up with you. If I saw that mess and I was with him, that child, look, that would be the last. I don't think that Clint has the skill set to have a successful, relationship. I don't think that any of them do. And Gina didn't look happy. She actually ended up posting Mac up, and he finally had to confess that, yeah, he's not as into her as he's trying to make her and the rest of us, believe. And I knew that. I knew that when I saw them on the after show. And I was like, yeah, he's not interested, in Gina. I saw it all the way then. And then now Gina is on the reunion talking about she think Clint got swag. I don't want to hear this, Gina. I do not want to hear this out of your mouth. You sat up and talked about this man the entire season, that he wasn't your flavor and he ain't got this and he can't do that, and then now he got swag. Okay, girl. I ain't doing it. I loved when the moms came on and did that whole thing, because these women have been through it. They've been through relationships. They have made mistakes. And now they're trying to give that level of support, to their children. And I don't think that, I don't know if they get it. I don't think they get it. So, just sad. And then here we go, Dom. Well, maybe, getting a divorce after 12 days was a little, premature. And I agree. I still see what she saw in Mac, though. Mac he's a flake. And she wanted to be with somebody who was older, because she was really relying on them to have gone through life and to be able to have their shit together. And McKinley acted just like somebody, in their 20s. And by the time he's Clint and Eris's age, he's going to be the same stupid that he is in his mid-30s. And it's just a sad, thing, to see. But I'm glad. And I remember Nicole telling her, I love you, and I'm telling you this because I love you, that you're going to regret, this decision. And they really tried to encourage them to give it a shot, and she just didn't want to hear it. Same thing with Kirsten, her friend. Girl, you better give your husband a kiss, at the altar. And she stuck in her Miss Picky, Miss Great Expectations, oh, well, he has to ask. Who does that at the altar? That is the one place where he doesn't have to ask you for a kiss, Kirsten. I ain't doing this because I ain't going to let these people melt down my mind. I got something I got to do today, and I'm going to do this video so I can move, on with my life. And so, the Where Are They Now? It was really like watching grass grow. I've seen better Where Are They Now episodes, and this wasn't it. I am glad, though, that they all are really making an effort, to get along with each other, and to do a level of reflection about some things, that they could have done, differently. I don't understand what Clint was doing with this whole beer Olympics. And see, that's the kind of thing that's not sexy to a person like Gina. And I don't think that he asked his new woman, he wouldn't ask her to do that. So why would you bring that, to the group? You mean to tell me that that's the only thing that you could think of to do that could have been fun, Clint? Okay. What else? So when Gina, in the Where Are They Now episode, she came out, she was talking with the guys. And so she said that the dude that she's with now, she's known him, for a while. And that, he's got big junk between his legs that was appealing or is appealing, to her. And then Aries, oh, we didn't even ask you that. As much as you've been inappropriate in your conversation about sex, Aries. You mean to tell me that now you want to admonish Gina about the conversation that she's having about sex? Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that with you either. So Clint comes up with his 5-course meal, and he overcooked that tuna. That tuna was not supposed to be that done. So, and then what did he call it? He called it a canal. Like, it's a thing that you do with spoons, like with whipped cream or with like a whatever cheese that he put on that salad. It's called a quenelle, and I'll put it in the description box. He just butchered, the name of the thing, trying to, act like, he's this big time chef. And I didn't think that that was much food that they were eating. I actually thought that they had a better meal with the tacos than that mess, that he did. And he was down there for 7 hours, child, slaving away. Oh my God. Oh, the work of it all. And they said that when they go down and they ask him, well, what can I do for you? How can I help you? Then he's like, oh, just pushing through. And he doesn't really have the skill set to be able to communicate himself as to how they can help and take the stress, of cooking off of him. And I love Kirsten when she said that she actually brought some seasoning with her, something other than salt to have flavorful, meals. Clint, Lord have mercy. And then Clint, when they were at the reunion, he was saying, him and Gina was talking about, oh yeah, we tried and we gave it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because Clint said in his little confessional, yeah, well, I didn't give 100% and that's on me. Yeah, it is on you, Clint. I'm not going to forget. I'm not, part of of your cult that's going to forget that you said that you didn't show up 100% for your marriage. Okay. I ain't forgetting that, Clint. And I'm not going to let you, get away with it. So for some reason, Dom is in her feelings because she feels like the women are closer together than she is, but she took herself out of the process. So when it's the consequence that happens when you do that, Dom, and the women said that they would be more mindful of including her and making sure that they don't give her the impression that they're leaving her out of things and that she's still, part of what they, have, going on. So I'm really happy that Nicole gave people that opportunity. She's like, if you got a problem, speak now or forever hold your peace. I don't want to hear it, after today. So hopefully that's something that, since she spoke up, that will benefit her, and they will be able to continue to grow together and come together as women. The thing that I don't like too, when I hear people reviewing this show, and then the comments, when women beat up on another woman so that you can support a piece of shit like Clint. And who was it? Michael from the other season, and Ben from the other season. You tear other women down so that you can build up a sorry ass man. That's disgusting to me. And when I see it in the comments, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think much of you as a woman when I see that. So just letting y'all know that I don't comment on all the comments, that I see. But I'm just letting you know that I read it and I look down on you. You putting down a woman so that you can build up a sorry ass a man. And that's why women are never going to have anything. You're always going to be ruled by these stupid people because you won't stand up and support each other. I'm not doing it because I got to get out of here. So they had a birthday for Shaquille and Eris. I thought it was lame. I said birthday bash, but there was no bash. They actually had more fun during the season when it was Clint and Nicole's, birthday. I thought this was just weak tea. And so I'm really happy to put Nashville in the can. I'm looking at this one. I have Why Would Eris do Married at First Sight again with Jasmine? This is the thing that I don't like when I see this stuff on television because I think that was just him talking. Why would you put yourself through this situation with Jasmine? Jasmine wants to be a wife. She's ready to be a mother. She's ready to move on to a new stage in her life. You, Eris, are a child. And you're still stuck in some fantasy that you think is going to happen spontaneously, when you meet somebody. And the thing is, for the men that think that they're holding themselves for this miraculous woman that's supposed to show up, you're not going to be ready when she shows up. Okay? You're not ready for the woman that you don't want that's in front of you, and you're not going to be ready for the one that you do want when she shows up in front of you. And that's just the crux of it all. One of the things that I actually love about my approach is that I've decided that I'm going to love men even if they don't love me. And my flow, my conversation, I can have excellent conversations with men. I can actually reach out and tell them, I love you as a human being. I am not living in fear that they'll probably reject me. I've been rejected by men the entire 53 years that I've been on this planet. It's a miracle, and I know it has something to do with Jesus, that my dad is even giving me this property. The only reason why I'm getting this property is because my brother is stupid. And my brother was, what he is supposed to be as a human being, then my dad wouldn't even be relying on me, like this. And I know that. I know that this black dude that I know, that I love as a human being, he doesn't love me any more than this white dude, does. He has nothing of that care and concern, about me. And it hurts. I am not going to lie. I love men, but you guys are sick. There's something defective about you, and it's sad. It really is sad. And it comes, I look at Adam, I'm thinking about Adam, because Adam did not want to be ruled by God, and because of that, he has placed men in a very difficult situation. People like Shaq, he thinks he is a man, and he's not. He is not. He thinks he hears God, and he doesn't. Very frightening situation for women to be in. And I was looking at this video, I think I posted it, where this white woman was saying that ultimately, even liberal white women are going to do what's best for them. And even if they get the crumbs from white men, it's still better than in their minds, the alternative. And that's just sick thinking. And that's how we going to end up in The Handmaid's Tale. Because women don't want to take that level of accountability within themselves. And they'll screw you so that they can go and sit up under some dude. Just sick. Sick thinking, and I'm sick of it. Where am I? I think that's it. I think that's what I wanted to say about this season. I'm glad it's over, and I can't understand why Married at First Sight is still talking about what? It's not tonight's episode. It's supposed to be the week after, where we're going to take a look back at Nashville. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching it. And so this will be it until, Denver. I'm at 35 minutes. It's 2:50. I got something that I got to do today. I hope that
there was another love that did indeed bloom during this season.
Mine.
Let's take a look.
Goodness. I hope that this video is something that, makes sense, to somebody, out there. The society that I'm in sucks. And I wish that people were better. I wish men were better to women. Before I get off, I have this guy, this neighbor, and I'm really happy I was able to put this in. So for my birthday weekend, I decided that I was, just going to kind of keep it quiet. But, I still, did some celebration. And I ran into a neighbor like a few weeks ago. Cute. I'm talking about this joker is so cute. And I just want to chop it up. I just want to chop it up and have a, good male to female conversation and vibe. And he's so caught up in whatever it is that he got going on. This joker told me that he wanted to take me out, for my birthday. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, He's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going over here and I'm going to do this. And then when I get back, I'll call you. I still haven't gotten that call. I've not gotten this call from this dude. And I know that when I run into him, he's going to try to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And if I was interested, I'm not. I'm not. Because I have PTSD from men promising to do shit that they don't deliver. Don't tell a woman that you're going to do something and then you don't do it. You're creating more problems. You're bringing more negative energy into your life, and it's not worth it. I mean, just say happy birthday, child, and keep it pushing. That's all he could have did. And I would have been happier with that than him coming up with this promise to take me and do something. And then, for you just to be MIA. And you live like 2 floors, down, from me. Just insane and ridiculous. And it's causing so many problems. It's causing that kind of emergency, like I was talking about, with the clot. It's just unnecessary. And just don't do it. So, Married at First Sight, Season 16, the end. And I'll talk to you guys, in the next video.